I'm telling you right now, I want to be the first in line. I want to be head of the prosecution team when we file the lawsuit against this goddamn hospital for what they put Mr. Krabs through. Mind you, this man was on his deathbed. He was 3 layers of limbo away from seeing God himself, and these motherfuckers left him out to dry. To start with, this punk-ass, bitch-ass doctor right here had Mr. Krabs hooked up to life support and then kicked him out of the hospital room the moment he found out that Mr. Krabs did not have adequate health insurance. In case you were wondering, no, this is not legal. This is 100% against protocol. It does not matter what standing somebody has with their fucking insurance. It doesn't matter how much money somebody has. If somebody is fucking dying, you do not kick them out of the fucking hospital room. This motherfucker calls in the nurse to bring Mr. Krabs out on a stretcher and place him in the middle of the hallway off of his life support in the middle of the snacks and soda machines. And let me tell you, not one staff member in this entire establishment decides that it would be a good idea to maybe move Mr. Krabs somewhere else until this motherfucker wants a snack. They call in the nurse once again to move him out of the way, and what does this bitch do? She puts him on a slab in front of the hospital, outside, completely unconscious, ass naked. They leave this man out for dead in the middle of the road, in the middle of the night, in the midst of autumn. No pants on, no supervision, no life support, no security. These pieces of shit don't have one lick of common sense kick in until they realize, maybe leaving this halfway deceased crab out in the middle of the parking lot isn't such a good look for us. So they kick his ass down the hill! What the fuck? Keep in mind, this is the same fucking hospital that cared enough to put a goddamn spatula on life support. The same fucking doctor! I'm fucking pulling up to this hospital. I'ma find out where the fuck you motherfuckers reside, and I'm blowing all that shit to the ground. I'm tearing it down board by board, motherfucker. All you motherfuckers, Dr. Purple Pussy, Nurse Betty Boop, the receptionist who watched this shit and let this shit fucking happen, you're all going down. I will sue you for every fucking last penny you had. You're gonna goddamn wish you never went to fucking med school. Fuck you. Squidward Q Tentacles, I'm here to tell you right now that I am beyond fed up with your selfish, arrogant bullshit, you Kelpie G wannabe lamppost-shaped dick-nose cephalopod. SpongeBob just wanted to go away for a relaxing, nice weekend at the jellyfishing convention with Patrick, and all he asked of this rectangular pupil bitch right here was for him to feed Gary twice a day, not even 3 times, twice. SpongeBob makes it so easy too. He labels each can of food for morning and night all 3 days. It doesn't take 2 brain cells to figure this out. And what does this motherfucker right here do? Jack shit. Squidward doesn't check on Gary the entire weekend. All he does is sit his blue Dabba-Dee ass up in that tanning bed with his reflector and Ariana Grande's himself into a 90% risk of melanoma. Whole time, Gary is staring out the window at Squidward actively neglecting him while he starves and dehydrates, waiting for Squidward to come do his fucking job, but nobody's coming to check on him. Now, how Gary dehydrated underwater, I'm not exactly sure. That's seed for another day, but nonetheless. And then, when Squidward sees Patrick and SpongeBob pulling up in the driveway, he runs into SpongeBob's house and tries to feed Gary all 3 days of snail feed at once. This is fucking abuse. And if that's not bad enough, after SpongeBob realizes Gary is sick, this Dr. Hartman-ass veterinarian tells him he needs to inject Gary with snail plasma, even though all Gary actually needs is water, and he won't even inject the plasma himself because he's too squeamish. Bitch, why are you even in this line of work if you can't inject a fucking snail with some goddamn syringe? Why are you a snail doctor? Fucking grimace looking ass. Anyways, Squidward, I'm glad you got turned into a snail at the end, so you can see what it feels like to be a defenseless, domesticated mollusk. You got a lot of fucking nerve for a bitch who wears nude-colored pants all day and plays that tired-ass clarinet more off-key than a middle school talent show, out here killing people with that rancid noise and shit. Fuck you. To be honest with you, I can't even be bothered to yell that much in this video because look at the material we're working with. There's not very much to sew. Squilliam Fancy Sucks on Dick, who exactly are you? What exactly do you do that I need to care about? You're a composer? Of what? Of what exactly? Because I haven't heard any of your shit. You're not on Sirius, you're not on FM radio shit, you weren't even on BH1 Jumpstart. None of your shit made the cut. Your shit is so whack and fucking irrelevant that the writers of SpongeBob SquarePants haven't cared to put one of your compositions in a fucking episode in 20 some odd years. And if they have, pardon me for forgetting because I was bored to tears, much like the audience likely was. Nobody fucking cares. You walk around with this fucking ego that is so undeserved. How did you even get the access? How did you get all this shit that you have? You are like Kanye West if he never made a good album. What exactly is it that you gain from devoting all of your time and energy to tearing down another squid? To making another squid who you went to high school with, who clearly you feel threatened by because all these fucking decades later, you're still trying to prove to everybody that you're better than him when you're not. You see, here's the thing that you don't seem to understand, Squilly Yuck, is that Squidward Q, and the Q is for quintessential tentacles right here, has built all his shit from the ground up. He has everything to show for it. He may not have $1 million fucking dollar house like you, but he has something that you will never have, and that's heart. Squidward is an icon. He's a legend. He's a landmark in animation history. He knows exactly who the fuck he is, and we know who he is. We don't know who the fuck you are because you're fucking irrelevant. It does not matter how many followers, dollars, and goofy shit that you fucking have and want to flaunt around town, you'll never be him. You can pay the Bikini Bottom City Council as much fucking money as you want to erect ugly-ass statues in your favor that don't even accentuate your fucking features like your bushy, ugly-ass eyebrow that nobody fucking likes. You're still a flop, Squilliam, for the simple fact that you will never truly convince yourself you are better than Squidward. It's the same reason why you needed to stage this entire scene and pay off this grimace-ass fucking veterinarian to come up to Squidward's door and insult his clarinet playing. Coincidentally, just seconds before you made your phone call to Squidward, we see right through the fucking facade. You're fucking transparent. You're like fucking glass. You're a fucking insecure, worthless little fucking bitch. Nobody takes you seriously. You are so hell-bent on embarrassing Squidward, you gave up your spot in the Bubble Bowl to try to embarrass him. And I bet your ass didn't expect him to fucking burn the house down. They had to carry your overstimulated ass out on a fucking stretcher because you were so overwhelmed. It hurts you that much to see another fucking squid win, that all your own accolades go in the fucking trash when you see it happen. I'm glad you brung it up because I've been dying to talk about it for a fucking hot minute. The Gone episode of SpongeBob is one of the most aggravating 10 minutes in television history. And I know a lot of you would be expecting me to sit here and defend the Bikini Bottomites for needing this whole day away from SpongeBob. I don't. I get on SpongeBob's ass because of the way he treats Squidward a lot of the time, but there's no reason anybody else should be partaking in this event. Let's make this very clear right now. The only two people who even have any reason to take a day off from SpongeBob are Squidward and Mrs. Puff. There is nobody else in Bikini Bottom that has any sort of situation that warrants them into needing to take a bus to fucking Niagara Falls or wherever to go burn down a statue of SpongeBob. And yes, I did say they burn down, they erect a statue of SpongeBob and then burn it down. Not only is it extremely unnecessary for the other residents of Bikini Bottom to be partaking in this bullshit, it's also extremely hypocritical because of the fact that they're constantly excusing SpongeBob's actions that they suddenly deem to find so annoying that they need to escape from. They infantilize him. They make excuses. They enable his behavior towards both Squidward and Mrs. Puff. And this episode made me fully certain that they know what he does to these two is wrong and what he puts them through is asinine, but they just allow him to do it because they're grateful he's not doing it to them. No, really, the fact that all of these assholes, by their own volition, make it a point to go to the Krusty Krab where SpongeBob works, where they know SpongeBob works, so he can prepare them food that he's underpaid to prepare for them, and they just exploit his labor for food every day. He's feeding the entire city, basically. If you really need a day off from SpongeBob that badly, just stay home. It's not like he's going to your house and bothering you. You are going out of your way to approach and find him and make him a part of your day. But who I was really disappointed in was Gary. And I know SpongeBob isn't a perfect owner by any means, but there's absolutely no reason that Gary should have done this to SpongeBob. He did him so fucking dirty by partaking in this. And that's all to be said before I even get on Patrick's ass. Ooh, Patrick. Patrick, when I catch your bubblegum bitch ass, it's entirely over for you, because you have a lot of fucking audacity doing this to SpongeBob. If it weren't for SpongeBob keeping you in check, keeping you safe, paying your bills, feeding you fucking Krabby Patties through the back door of the Krusty Krab for free because your broke ass doesn't have a fucking job, you'd be dead. You would be 6 feet underneath the ground with Smitty, Werb, and Jankerman Jensen. And you want to sit up here making fun of him going, dead, bitch, you'd be dead. Fake ass friend, he should have dropped you in fucking 1999. I don't even need to say shit about Mr. Krabs. If anything, SpongeBob should be taking a day off from you, Mr. Krabs. The only thing that needs a break is that crusty ass shell with your soggy self underneath.